So, who were the people who brought us Precious? Where did they come from? And how have their actions impacted the black community? As I explore the background of some of the major players in this production, I want you to remember the words of Susan Taylor, that hurt people hurt people.
Who was going to love me? Who was going to make me feel good?
You make me feel
Who was going to touch me and make me feel good? And she made him go away. So
Statements reinforcing what Kanye West said. Kanye West was right. Neither George Bush or his mama liked black people. And we have to be suspicious of any person who speaks favorably of Precious, the book, and the movie. They were produced, written, and directed by Negroes and financed by whites in order to advance the idea of white supremacy and black inferiority. It was sick when it was written in a book form, and it's sick when it's produced on the screen. That's sickness, and we ought to be able to identify sickness when we see it and determine how we're going to respond to it. That is what healthy people do. That is what sane people do. So, after Precious takes care of her mother, she leaves the house to go to school, and she's still hungry. So she stops into this diner and steals a bucket of chicken and eats the bucket of chicken as she makes her way to school. Now, anybody remember the school, where the school is located that Precious goes to, the alternative school, Each One Teach One? The school is on the 11th floor of the Teresa Hotel in Harlem. The Teresa Hotel is the building where Malcolm X was assassinated. All right? And as Precious runs away from this store where she's stolen this bucket of chicken and is walking down the street, actually running down the street, eating her chicken, she passes an interesting sign on the street. The sign says, Muhammad's Holy Temple of Islam. Elijah Muhammad lives. Truth crushed to earth shall rise again. Why is that seen in this film? Now, in the book, Precious makes many references to Louis Farrakhan. As a matter of fact, she's got posters of Farrakhan hanging up in her bedroom. She talks about Farrakhan and how he talks about white people and how he gives black people a sense of pride. So she spoke rather glowingly about Farrakhan in the book, except when it comes to the issue of homosexuality and lesbian, and then they bust Farrakhan because he's a homophobe. But in the film, there's no reference to Farrakhan whatsoever. None at all. But the one thing that struck me as interesting is that as she walks past this sign, we see this light-skinned black man walk by. Now, he wasn't just someone who was walking down the street. He's someone who was hired for the film, for the movie, to walk past this scene. As I look at this face, I said, you know, why is this light-skinned man here? He's here for a reason. Who does he kind of look like? Exactly. Exactly. So I want you all to see and to understand the depths that some people go through in order to project certain realities. This is their reality that they're projecting onto you, and we have to determine whether or not we're going to embrace it. So the first hurt person we're going to review is Sapphire. Sapphire's real name is Ramona Lofton. She took the name Sapphire because of its association with the image of this belligerent black woman, Sapphire, from the radio drama and later the television program Amos and Andy, right, which was created by two Jewish men in blackface to disparage black folk. So this is the name she chose for herself. So she is continuing this legacy of disparaging black folk. Understand something about the people who present you to